Right, so today we're going to have a chat about Guitar Hero, specifically what happened to Guitar Hero. First of all, a little bit of a history lesson for you. Very quick, promise. Guitar Hero, I promise it's important. Guitar Hero was created by a company called Harmonix. Now, prior to Guitar Hero, around about 2001, 2002, they released a game called Frequency and a sequel called Amplitude. And they're very similar concepts to Guitar Hero. You go down a magical track, albeit, a tunnel, and there some notes would come at you, or some beats, and you hit the right button at the right time, and it's like, wow, sensory overload. Really good fun. Had a lot of fun with Frequency back in the day. And then after that happened, another company, different one, not Harmonix, Red Octane, they went out and made a plastic guitar controller, and they didn't have a game to go with it. So they're like, oh, who makes good music games? Harmonix do. So they went to Harmonix with this plastic controller, collaborated and launched the first Guitar Hero in 2005. It was, I want to say, an instant success. It probably wasn't. It was a bit of a slow burn. There was a little bit of a barrier to entry. It was more expensive than a regular game. It came with a big plastic controller. But once word got out and everyone had a little bit of a go on it, they wanted more. It had amazing critical and commercial success. Good for them. Good for Activision, I suppose. So obviously they released a sequel, Guitar Hero 2, which was even better. It was way more polished. The game mechanics were a lot more fluid. They introduced, or they perfected, things like hammer-ons and pull-offs, multi-note chords. It was just a much more fun game. Like the note charting was spot on. Really, really good game. And then they followed it up with Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, which is the best one. Hands down, best Guitar Hero game. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Yeah, it's my opinion, but it's the right one. So during the development of Guitar Hero 3, Harmonix was purchased by MTV Games, MTV Multimedia. I should have done better research for like $175 million. So yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah, so development shifted from Harmonix to Neversoft of Tony Hawk's fame, who, they didn't have a lot to do because Tony Hawk's had pretty much run its course by then. Controversial, I know, sorry. And Guitar Hero 3 was just perfect. It introduced things like actual rock stars as characters, not playable characters from what I remember, but characters in the game. People like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and Slash. That was fun. But they just really perfected that pick up and play. Anyone can have a go nature of it. You had a top 10 of your best scores after each song. Oh, it was just perfect. Just like, you just felt like you could always do a little bit better. I think most, if not all, the songs on Guitar Hero 3 were original recordings. But yeah, to me, it was the crowning jewel in the entire series. Nonetheless, I was still very excited for what they had up their proverbial sleeves next. When Guitar Hero 3 was on the market, Harmonix, you remember Harmonix from like 2 minutes ago, they were working on Rock Band with EA. So Rock Band was like Guitar Hero, but with drums. More fun. It was like a proper party game. You had drums, you had the guitar, you had a microphone, you could do a bit of singing, and everyone had a laugh. It was really, really fun. And I was a hardcore Guitar Hero nerd. It was like a second job. I'd play it for 4 or 5 hours a day. I got really good at it. What does that mean now? Nothing. But yeah, Rock Band was really good. It was expensive. It was a really considered investment. 150 quid for some plastic instruments, compared to Guitar Hero was like 60, maybe 70 at a push if you've got the wireless guitar. But yeah, that started to gain some real traction, and Activision were obviously worried. I'd be shitting myself if I was them, because Rock Band was really, really good. So yeah, the following year, I think it was the following year, might have been, was it 2 years? Again, should have done better research. They brought out Guitar Hero World Tour, which, like the Rock Band concept, introduced drums and a microphone, but it wasn't as fun. I bought it, I had fun with it, but it wasn't Rock Band. I was sad about that. And not only that, the drums kept breaking. The little pad and like a sensor underneath the drum pad, and it was just stuck on with like some adhesive. So when you bashed the drums, the sensor would fall off the pad. I ended up soldering mine on, so that fixed the problem. But not everyone could do that. And World Tour had a really lackluster track listing. There was some good songs on there. In fact, they were probably all good songs. You know, there was some Michael Jackson on there. Wings are good. Are they Guitar Hero material? I'm not so sure. But yeah, I mean, I had fun. They messed around with the pick up and play nature of it. It was a little bit more involved to get into a song. It didn't feel as good to play. It was just like a mishmash of different ideas. So right on schedule, a year later, they brought out Guitar Hero. Where are we now? 5. 5. And in that whole period, between like 2008 and 2009, I think they released seven Guitar Hero games. There were like band-specific ones like Metallica, Aerosmith, Van Halen. Of course, I bought them all. I love Guitar Hero. But then you start to get a little bit burnt out by it. I like the band-focused ones because they were generally bands I liked, and they cut out all the extraneous crap that was in the full Guitar Hero title. So it was just back to that basics Guitar Hero 3 style. But it really was the beginning of the end at this point. They released Band Hero, and that came as a kit as well with a drum kit. Pretend you were in like Depeche Mode or something. And then they took things to another level. They were like, wow, we've kind of picked up most players. We've got the rockers, we've got the poppers, but we haven't got the hip hoppers. So they brought out DJ Hero, and they didn't just bring out DJ Hero once and think, oh, that was silly, that was a bit of a mistake. They brought it out twice. And then in 2010, we had DJ Hero 2 and Guitar Hero 6. Warriors of Rock, was it? Checking my notes. Yes, Warriors of Rock. So yeah, that was it. And then everyone had enough. Everyone's back rooms were just full of plastic instruments and DJ turntables. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had fun with DJ Hero. It wasn't as fun. Like, the most fun was Guitar Hero 3. That's just the most fun Guitar Hero. And then the most fun after that were the Rock Band games. But that's for another video, maybe. So what happened after that? So everyone thought it was dead. I thought it was dead. I was like, oh, that was fun for 5 years. Like 5 years, that's all it was. So yeah, 2012 rolled around, 2013 rolled around. We're like, oh, I remember Guitar Hero. Yeah, that was fun. And then 2014 came around, and Activision were like, ooh, we got something else up our sleeves. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that's wise? And they were like, yeah, have a look at this. And it was Guitar Hero Live. And I was like, oh, I don't need that. But then when it came out, I was like, oh, I need that. Even though I'd read the reviews and I knew it wasn't that good, I still wanted it. Oh, 6-button guitar. Oh, lovely. Just what I always wanted. And the big selling point was the online thing. What do they call it? Guitar Hero TV. Not only did you have the songs on the disc, you also had songs that would just beam themselves off the internet into your game console, and you play them. From what I remember, you couldn't necessarily choose specific songs. You could choose some, and then it would just beam some at you. They flogged that one for a few years. It didn't sell well. It was very quickly reduced. In fact, I think I remember seeing the like 2 guitar pack on sale for like 20 quid. Yeah, they struggled with that. I think they laid off all the developers. Oh, that's sad. And they shut down the server in 2018. From my research, what I did, they shut down the server in 2018. And by the end, there were, check notes, 400 and hang on. And by the end, there were 484 songs available on Guitar Hero Live, which is insane. That's a lot of songs. Maybe they just thought, people will buy it if we put more songs on. They didn't. Yeah, that must have been a sad day in December 2018 for the 17 or so loyal players that were still playing Guitar Hero Live. So what's the cultural impact? Well, there's no disputing that Guitar Hero has encouraged many a person to pick up a guitar, wield that flaming axe for all it's worth. It certainly opened people's eyes and ears to different musical tastes that they perhaps wouldn't have indulged in. It's just like those, soundtracks. And Guitar Hero had its own soundtrack. And I hear some songs and I think, ooh, Guitar Hero 3, the best one. Yeah, and throughout that whole period, mid to late 2010s and a little bit beyond, you'd occasionally see like Guitar Hero challenges pop up here and there, music festivals, shopping centres or shopping malls for you cowboys and cowgirls. And in the course of my research, because I did do some, I can show you the notes, I did do some, I discovered that Guitar Hero games have even been used for rehabilitation for people that have suffered a stroke or other injury to help them get back some of their dexterity and fine motor movements. That's a really good thing to come out of it. The future of Guitar Hero, I think it's pretty certain it's not coming back anytime soon. There's always rumours that another one is on the horizon. Yeah, probably don't bother. If you're listening, you're not, but don't bother. There's also, bizarrely, a rumour that there could even be a reality TV show based around Guitar Hero, as awful as that sounds. Even the concert tour, like Strictly Dancing, or whatever it's called. Strictly Ballroom? Strictly Come Dancing? Yeah, they do that. They do that really successfully. So swap the little dancers for people with plastic guitars. See what happens. Yeah, it'll be a failure. I'm done.